Now we've got a couple things already that are helping big businesses be great. We've got companies selling stock for the first time ever, and you've got companies with a huge economy of scale because they're getting bigger by selling that stock, and that means they can produce more at a lower price because they can buy and ship in bulk, which means their operating costs are lower. All of this is going to allow business owners, people who are robber barons like Andrew Carnegie, to take a business and make it huge. And Carnegie is one of the best examples for a guy who takes a small business and turns it into a big business. This guy starts out working in textile or clothing factories. He ends up working on railroads, and he finally opens up one steel mine. Just one little steel mine near Pittsburgh, PA. But what he comes up with is a clever idea. He says, I'm going to own the entire operation that's related to making steel. Whether it's coal mines that I use to make the steel, whether it's limestone quarries I use to mix in with my iron ore that I mine in my iron ore fields, whatever it is, I'm going to own all of it. And that's a really, really big deal. A beautiful idea called vertical integration. Here's a little chart showing you exactly what I mean. At the bottom, right here, you've got whatever raw materials you need to make whatever your goods are. In the case of Carnegie, the three really big ones you need to make steel are iron, coal, and limestone. Then you got to move all of those raw materials to your refinery, right? The place that you actually are going to make the stuff. For Carnegie, that might be railroads. Remember, this guy was the superintendent of the Pennsylvania Railroad for a while. Then you actually have to process it at your steel mill, which Carnegie owns. And this is where you make the iron and coal and limestone into steel. Then you have to ship it. And you ship it on the same railroads out to market, and then you sell it. Here's the really clever thing. If you control everything on this list that's yours and your company alone, you don't have to pay other people to make a profit because it's just you. You are mining all of these resources for yourself. You are shipping on your railroad. You are making it in your steel mill. You are shipping it again to the consumer, and you are selling it to them. That means that I don't have to pay someone else to do the work because it's all mine. If it were not mine, if I just owned the steel mill, if I just owned the actual steel mill, well, that could be a problem. Because if I own just the steel mill, well then, I don't know, I have to pay, let's say Bob, for the raw materials. I have to pay Frank for the shipping. I have to pay Jane for the shipping. And I have to pay Susie for the final sell to consumers. And each of these people, I don't control what they charge me. They can charge me whatever they want. But if I'm the dude who controls everything all myself, if it's my transportation, if it's me doing the selling, if it's me with the raw materials, then I'm not paying Bob or Frankie or Bessie or any of those other people. I'm setting the own prices for myself. That means I can do it cheaper than anybody else. That means I can have an economy of scale, and I can become a really, really big and really, really powerful business.